Hello everyone, we're going to be sitting on the edge of the chair. And the reason that we sit on the edge of the chair is that we can hinge the pelvis bone forward and back, forward and back. And notice that as those bones of the pelvis are moving back and forward, something in the lower back is moving as well. So if you put your hands on your belly and your lower back, you will feel that when the hip moves over the legs, the lower back moves as well. And now we're going to put the hand on the upper back and see if you can feel that this is moving as well. Not as much, but it's moving. It gets softer, it rounds and it straightens. It rounds. So now we're going to make it a little bit more pronounced. When we go back, we're going to take our head and we're going to round the whole spine. And we're going to come up and forward, and we're going to take the spine as straight as possible forward. And straight up, and rounding the spine. Coming up, and as we go forward, we're going to take the spine forward as straight as I can. But, there is a little bit of arch in the lower back. So, eyes down and the back rounds. And eyes on the horizon, and we're going to go forward. And eyes go down, and the spine rounds as the hip moves back, coming up and forward. And a little bit faster, round, immediately to forward. Round to forward. And as you come forward now, the next time, feel where is the pressure on your feet. Is it on your heels? Is it on your toes? Or is it somewhere in the middle? Can you feel the heels when you go forward? Or do you feel those pillows before your toes? Or do you feel the toes? What am I feeling when I take my weight forward? Let's move our feet a little bit backwards, just a little bit further back. And let's see where the weight will go now. Going back, rounding the back, going forward. Can you feel the heels a little bit more pronounced now? Back and forward on your heels. And back. And forward on your heels, and back, and forward, and press the heels down, and rest for a minute. The next image is the little tailbone that we have. Think about it as being like a peacock tail that goes open. So we go backwards, we round the back, we come up. Now we're going to go forward and we're going to open that tail in the back. And your hip almost will get up. And going back, forward, press the heels, and the tailbone almost gets up. And back, and press on the heels, look forward, and the tail will go up. We're not using the hands. Back, forward, look forward and up, press the heels and feel how the tail opens up. And back, and forward and press the heels and the hip almost gets up. And back, and think about the tail go opening up. And back, when you go forward, press the heels and whoops, and rest. Pam pam, 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 Knees in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in. And this will be like a metronome. In and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out. See if you can round your back as you're going the in and out. See if you can take your back forward as you're going in and out. So the legs are continuing as the hip and the back is doing the same movement that we have done until now.
I have a broken last vertebrae and it's hurting, so I probably shouldn't be doing this.
I suggest that you just sit here. Don't do it physically, but do it in your mind's eye.
Okay, because I take medicine, but I can't take for another hour.
No. Don't take any medication. Don't do it physically. Don't create pain. Just visualize it. Do it in your mind's eye. Okay? But not physically. So in and out and in and out while you're moving the back backwards, and while you're moving the back up, and while you're moving the back forward. Can you move the legs uninterruptedly as the back is moving? So the brain is occupied with two different movements. Very nice. And as you go forward, imagine the tailbone going up and open. And go back. The legs are moving. And go forward and open the tailbone like a peacock. Can you do those three things now? So the legs are moving, the hip and the back is moving, and the tail is opening up while the legs are still doing that. Can we get up without effort? And let it go and rest. Pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Pam, pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Pa-pam, pa-pam, the heel, the heel, the heel, the heel. Pa-pam, pa-pam. Pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Last time. Take your right leg forward and the left leg back. And now turn towards the leg that's backwards, towards your left leg. And come back. And turn towards your left leg and come back. And turn with the hip towards your left leg and come back. And turn and come back. So the hip becomes diagonal and come back. And turn towards the leg that's in the back and come back. And turn and come back. And turn. And put your fingers where the ribs connect very gently and feel that twist. Can you feel it? And this knee, the left knee, goes further back into the hip and relaxes. So now we pay attention to the left leg going into the hip, coming out of the hip. The left leg, the thigh, moves into the hip socket and relaxes. And moves into the hip socket and relaxes. Small. The left thigh goes into the hip socket and relaxes. And moves into the hip socket and relaxes. And in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out. in and out, in and out, in and out, in and relax. Let's change leg. So now your right leg is back and your left leg is in the front. Twist, come back. Twist, come back. Twist. Some of you, when you twist, you also lean. See if you can stay vertical. Try not to bend. Try not to bend. Come back to the center. We're not bending. We're just turning. There you go. And turn and come back. 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 It's twist. It's the shoulders. It's the hip. And now pay attention to the thigh. Going into the hip socket and relaxing out. Into the hip socket and relaxing out. And into the hip socket and relaxing. And push it in and out. And in and out. And in and out. And in and out. And let it go. Bring the legs to the same place. Pam, 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 pam. And last one. Take your right leg back, left leg forward. Sorry. No, take your left leg back and the right leg forward. There you go. So you're mirroring me. Twist the body towards the back leg. Put your hand on your chair. Swivel the hip out of the chair and back into the chair. So now your left hip will fall off the chair and will come into the chair. So the sitting bone on the left side will fall out of the chair, it's up in the air, and bring it back to safety. Let it fall off the chair and bring it back to safety. If it's too difficult, you do it only in your mind's eye. If it creates pain, do it only in your mind. And hip forward and down and back to the chair. And we're learning how to separate between the two sides of the hip. And forward and down and back to the chair. And forward and down and back to the chair. And a few more times and back to the chair. And let it fall out and back to the chair. You're not sitting forward enough. And now we'll change the legs. So now the left leg is in the back, the right. What? The left leg is in the front, the right leg is in the back. You're sitting on the very, very edge of the chair if you can. You put your hands on the chair and you twist and you let the hip fall. And come back. So your left hip now is forward and down and up and on the chair. Your left hip goes forward and it falls off the chair and lift it on the chair. So you need to use some muscles, right? Let it fall and pick it up. Let it fall and pick it up. Let it fall. It's the hip. See, I'm not bending from side to side. That's not what I'm doing. I'm staying in the center, and this hip bone goes plop, fell off the chair. We'll bring it back home. It falls off the chair. We bring it back home. We let it fall, and we're gonna bring it back home. and come back to the center and rest. Pam, 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 pam. Open your legs a little bit wider. Take your left leg and keep it where it is. Take your right leg and swing it to the left. So now the knee falls down as well, not just the hip. And bring it back up and put it on the chair. And swing your left leg. Oops. Now you're turning and you're looking out the windows. And now you're turning back and you're facing me. See if you can do it by lifting the heel a little bit, swiveling on the toes, letting the knee down, looking at the windows, and come back to center. So now we are turning your right hip, your left hip, and the whole leg, all the way down to the foot. Everything is turning. And the leg will swivel and will bring back the torso. Beautiful. Can we do it a little faster? Swivel and turn and come back to center. And heel up and turn and come back to center. Do you feel the hip coming off the chair and up into the chair? And the hip goes off the chair, please. Shh. And swivel the leg and allow the hip to fall. And come back and put the hip back into the chair. And up and turn the leg and turn the body and back up to the chair. And again, turn into the chair. And one more time, turn and back to the chair. Bring the legs in. Pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Sorry about that. Pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Let's open the legs wide again and sitting on the edge of the chair. Now we're turning the other direction. So you're going to lift your right heel up and turn the right leg and the knee down and turn. The hip fell off the chair, you pick it up and you put it back on the chair. And up and turn, up into the chair. Up and turn, up. And you may notice that this hip moves easier or harder. So it's not as easy on this side. And the two sides of the hip are not equal. And lift the heel, swivel, and turn. And come back and center. And up, and turn, and up, and center. And up, and turn, and up, and center, and up, and turn, and up, and a few more times. Turn, come back, turn, come back, turn, come back. Last time, turn the hip and come back. Bring the legs a little closer in pa-pam, 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 pam, 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 pa-pam, pa-pam. Let's turn, the legs are parallel. Go ahead and lift the toes and turn them diagonal. So they're still parallel, but they're diagonal. Turn the leg that's a little bit behind a little bit further so you can be on your toes like you're going for running. Put one hand on the edge of the chair, slide the hip, look forward and up, and see if it's easy to get up. And then find the hip and put it back down. And you don't have to get up all the way, just try it. See that, lift the toes, swivel the legs, move the leg a little bit further so you're on your toes. Give yourself protection with the hand, slide the hip, look forward and up and see if it's easy. It doesn't have to be all the way up. Just kind of see if it's easy. Can you, if you are drawing a line in the air, will it have like a little arc, like a parabola? Is your hip opening up like the peacock tail? Are your eyes going up with the movement? Do you need the hand on the chair, or is it there just for safety? Wonderful. And then we're going to go to the other side. From the center, lift the toes, turn them to parallel, and after that we're going to move to the arms. We're going to give the legs a rest and the hip a rest. Put your hand on the chair and allow the hip to take this leg a little bit further so you're on your toes, slide the hip, look forward and up, and notice how easy it is to slide off the chair, slide upwards. So the hip turns, you're on your toes, use the eyes to go up with you. Have the image of the tailbone opening up, so the tailbone is spreading. As I have a little arch in my lower back and a little arch in my neck, and then safely going back down, and turn the toes and slide to the toes, and up we go. Beautiful, beautiful. And sit down. Take a minute to breathe. Let's move all the way to the back of the chair. So put your back so it's touching the back of the chair. And lift your arms to 90. And now press the shoulder blades until they meet the chair as well. And relax the arms. Bring them forward, 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 as far forward from the chair, and let them drop. And slide them out, lift them to 90, and bring the thumbs pointing up. Bring the shoulder blades all the way back to touch the back of the chair. Let it go. Take it away from the chair and bring it forward, 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 as far forward as you can, and let it go. And slide your arms and open the palms up. And bring your shoulder blade, the scapula, all the way to the back. Let them touch the back of the chair. Let it go. Slide it forward, 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 away from the chair, away from the chair, away from the chair, and let it go. It's hard, but it feels good, doesn't it? And now slide the arms, lift the arms to 90, bring the thumbs down. bring your shoulder blades, the scapulas, all the way back to the chair. Touch the back of the chair, touch it, touch it, touch it. Release it and push it forward and 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 let it go. And roll your shoulders forward and up and backwards and down and forward and up and backwards and down. Let's do it even slower. Forward. It's like you're trying to get all the areas and up. Like you're squeezing a lemon all the way to the end. And all the way back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the lemon. Get all the juice. And down. One more time. Forward. And up. And back. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. See how far the elbows can go. And release. That feels so good. I love it. Put your hands on your shoulders. Elbows are going forward, parallel to one another. Keep it up, bring it up, keep it parallel. And take it back, 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 back. Open it as far forward, backwards as you can. Don't move your hands from your shoulders. Take it back as far as you can and down. Whew. Now we're gonna go backwards. Get the elbows back. And going up slowly, 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 so you don't miss any fibers. You're working through the rhomboids, in between the shoulder blades, and keep on bringing it up, 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 bring the ribs up with it, open everything, and down. We'll do one more time, forward and back, a little faster, but try not to skip any place. And inhale, and let's go up. Exhale and go back and down. Don't move your fingers from your shoulders. Good. And bring the elbows back. Back, back, back as you inhale. Wonderful. And bring it forward as you exhale. Excellent. Bring your hands down. Bring you back to the back of the chair. Yes, sometimes I'm nice. Rest for a minute. Put one hand above your chest and one hand on your belly. And inhale and feel the breath going and filling your belly and slowly also filling your chest. So first your belly will expand. And then your chest will expand, and then you're going to blow it like you're blowing a candle. And one more time. Inhale, expanding the belly. Then the chest. And when you need to exhale, blow a candle. And bring your hands down and close your eyes and just notice how you feel inside your own body. Is there any area that feels lighter, clearer, in any way better than when we started? And open your eyes. And I thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.